I've made well over 100,000 views just by editing for Gorilla Tag content creators. And I'm going to show you exactly the way I did it. The editing software we are going to be using is called DaVinci Resolve, which you can find in the description for free. But before we hop onto DaVinci, I'm going to be giving you 3 rules. The first rule is simple because you don't want a video that gives viewers a stroke every single second. And the second one is to be unique because I see so many people use and it is so annoying. But the last tip is to be original because I see so many people use the Elliot editing style and I hate it. Well, I myself has used the Elliot editing style and I'm not that good at it. But anyways, without further ado, let's hop onto DaVinci Resolve. Alright, so now that you downloaded DaVinci Resolve, you're going to want to click new project and then you just want to name it anything. Alright, so now that you're in our project, you want to click the edit tab. And once you're in the edit tab, you're going to want to go to master, right click, timeline, create new timeline, and just name it whatever. And the video tracks and audio tracks, I just do it anywhere from 10 to 20. Alright, so now that you put in your timeline, you're gonna want to click Control I to get your footage. I'm just gonna add this random piece of footage. So now we're gonna move on to our first part, which is sound design. So basically what sound design is basically all the sounds in your video. And before you start editing your video, you're gonna want to cut out all the dead space, which is the part of the video where there's no audio space. Alright, so I just finished cutting the video, and a shortcut for deleting all the gaps is going up to edit and then going to delete gaps. And another useful thing is to put some of the parts of your video into compound clip. I have this pack, it's in the Google Drive in the description. It has all the sound effects that I use. So I'm just gonna add a camera flash. And also risers are pretty good. So there's this really useful Discord server and it's called the Gorilla Tag editing server. And I'll leave an invite link in the description. So once you join the server, you're gonna go down to sounds and there's all of these forums where people are posting sounds and asking for sounds. So when you're adding music, just lower this bar down a little and then turn it down to the volume. And then impact sounds are really good too. And also reverse dings are really good too. So let me just get a ding sound effect. So what you want to do is just get your ding sound effect and then you're gonna bring the fade a little like that and then just copy paste it and go to change clip speed and then just click reverse speed and then you want to bring the fade in. And this overall just sounds really good. So that's sound design. I'm not really that good at it. But anyways, let's go on to zooms and graphs. So basically what you want to do is select the clip you want to add a zoom to. Go to the Fusion tab. And once you're here, you want to click spline. And then you're going to want to press shift and space. And this should open the toolbox. And then you're going to want to search up transform, not this XF one. So on your first frame, you're going to want to click the keyframe for the zoom. And I just usually go to the last frame and then I just bring this up a little. So I'm just gonna add a random image and I want to go to it. And by the way, this is what you should do. You want to go to Resolve FX and search up drop shadow and then you'll be able to just drag it on your image. And then I usually just bring the drop distance and drop angle to there. Let's add a graph to it. You're gonna want to click shift and space again and add transform back to it. And then on the first frame, you're gonna click the keyframes for zoom and then just bring this down a little. And I just usually go to the 4th frame and bring this up a little. Pop in, but it's not that good. So what you want to do, you want to do this so like your cursor is like backwards and then you're just gonna want to bring this back and it should look smooth now. But I usually just add like a tiny bit more zoom at the last frame so it looks like this. I'm not that good at graphs, but that's just what I normally do. But let's get on to text and advanced text. And you want to go to your effects tab, titles, and then you're just going to want to bring a text plus down here. And for the font, I usually just use Tohomo Bold. So I'm just going to mess around with this real quick. And to add a outer stroke, you want to go to the shading tab, select 2, enabled, and I usually just put it at 0.12, third one, and click it, and now it looks better. Alright, so I got my color, and you're gonna want to go back to Resolve FX, and you're gonna look for drop shadow again, and then you're just gonna drag it back on, and then you're gonna do the settings. So now that you got your simple text, you're gonna want to go to here, and then bring the size down just a little bit. Go to the 3rd frame. You're gonna want to zoom this all out, and then just bring this out back again. So let's smooth it out again. again. So you're gonna want to go back to the Fusion page, select spline again, click on template, and then now you got this. So you just want to bring this up, make your cursor go backwards again, and then just drag this, and now it looks really smooth. And this is the text that a lot of other people use. But now let's move on to advanced text. So you're gonna want to add another text plus. Let me just put it back to original settings. Alright, so now this is where the good part happens. You're gonna add a stroke again. You're gonna do everything that you did with the simple text, except you're gonna want to go the gradient. Alright, so now that I've added the colors that I wanted, I'm gonna add rim lights to the text again, and then I'm gonna add the drop shadow again. And this is where the text gets good. You're gonna want to add a glow, go all the way down, deselect use alpha, and then you're just gonna change it to another color. So I'm just gonna use green. After you've added your glow, you're gonna want to do your popping again and do everything that you did earlier with the simple text. But then you're gonna want to add camera shake, and then you're gonna select these three, put shake levels down, and make a keyframe for randomness scale and randomness speed, and then bring all of these all the way up. And then you're gonna go to the third keyframe, select them all, and then just bring it back down. And then I like to add mosaic blur and go to the third keyframe and then put it down, and it should look like that. I just add a effect called fast noise. I put it to water surface, and then I just mess around with these settings. This is what it should look like. But yeah, that text looks really good. But anyways, let's move on to the shortest part, and that part is color. You want to go to the color tab down here, and then you're gonna right click, add dynamic keyframe, and then select all of these and turn the saturation down, and it should look like this. Yeah, and that looks really good. But then now let me teach you how to do transition. So you're gonna want to go down to effects, add an adjustment clip, and by the way, this is how you do a rotation transition. Keyframes, I like to go back to the Fusion tab, shift space, transform, keyframe for rotate, and put it to 360. Go to the last frame, keyframe it again, and then put it back to 0. And then I just bring this down and I smooth it out. Turn the motion blur, and I go to advanced options, edge behavior. I just turn this to reflect, and it should look like this. And yeah, that looks pretty good. And whenever I'm doing transition, I just like to add a little whoosh sound effect. So now let's move on to 3 effects. Alright, so the 3 effects we're gonna be doing is camera shake, glow, and track. So let me just split this clip into 3 pieces. So for camera shake, so you're gonna want to add camera shake. I just like to mess around with this. So I can't really see it, but it adds motion to your video. But now let's move on to glow. So you're gonna want to add a glow, and you're just gonna want to mess around with anything. Turn the spread down, and then usually when I use glow, I just leave it white. But then other YouTubers such as some dude, he uses his own red that looks like this. But usually I just stick with white. So for tracking, I'm gonna do it on this monkey. So what you want to do is just you want to go to Fusion, shift space, and then you want to search up tracker. And then I'm just gonna put it in between the nose, like right here. And then just let the thing do its thing real quick. Right, so now you're gonna see all these keyframes. And then you want to go to adaptive mode, and you want to press best match. And you want to go to operation right here, match move, and then background only. So the tracking should look like this. Alright, so I just finished the editing tutorial, so let's hop on back to Gorilla Tag. Well, anyways, that's how you edit on DaVinci Resolve. But before I end the video, I would like to give you one final tip. That tip is to be yourself. You don't always have to be the same person as someone else. I get my style from a bunch of other creators, and now I would consider my editing style unique. But anyways, thanks for watching.